down one. 6 months in, I ain't down once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat. I'm just hoping she don't fail, cause when she do.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the Pacific Northwest, the home of the 12s, and they are in full roar as you get a look inside Lumen Field in Seattle. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Carolina Panthers and the Seattle Seahawks. Punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. He'll have a first down past the 40 and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield to make them running backs. Partners, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Here's Carson. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? Five or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Step, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson, a 4-yard touchdown scamper. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
10-10 at their own 25-yard line.
The play fake. Paul Miller. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 35.
Curtis Samuel.
A big play there for Carolina. And even 40 yards.
First down.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Off play action. Miller. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely.
It's caught at the 10. And he's going to get this deep on the Carolina side of the field. It's a big play there for Seattle. 55 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Wilson. They'll run the screen with Carson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Well, they have to be loving this start to the first quarter.
Well, the way that they're going, I mean, about 2 touchdown drives already. They feel very confident and feel like they have all the answers in this game. They're 1 point away from going up 14-0. Maybe they press the advantage and go for 2.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw. Miller. He's going to look deep for more. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jamal Adams. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
After the interception, here's Wilson, rolling to his right. He's going to take off with it, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion, or even worse, an interception.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf there to make the grab. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 21-0.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Looking to throw. Paul Miller. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think can absorb that contact.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Off the play fake. Paul Miller. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Eddie Jackson picks it, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Here's Wilson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. And that'll bring up second down.
He was covered by Dante Jackson.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Wilson will throw again. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
A loss of 2 yards.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced a third down. They blanketed the field with coverage. Nowhere to go with the football. Forced a dump off to the back. And even then, they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded near the back of the end zone.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The tight end, David Njoku, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 5.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Paul Miller gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
5-yard gain.
5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Operating from the gun, Paul Miller. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
On 3rd down, Paul Miller. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 29. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's got to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
On first down, Carson. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
After the incompletion, here's second and 10 from the 20. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down.
Third and 10.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they're going to measure revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
Taking a shot for Samuel. And this one is incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
As we've seen, their first 2 drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
They'll try again from the 36 on second and 10. Off play action. Miller. This is the tight end, Njoku. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw on third down. Miller. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
4th down.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11.
And the Panther first down.
Let's go now. Cougar 19. 18, Pioneer. 56 is the mic. 56 is the mic. Man out, man out, man out, man out.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And this Seahawks offense continues to pour it on. And the route is on here in this first half.
Makes the score Seahawks 34, Panthers nothing. Michael Dixon.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
I don't want to seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me, way from Tel Aviv.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Back to throw. Paul Miller looking left side. That's caught by Moore. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 47-yard line.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Off the play fake. Paul Miller. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 34-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Carolina.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back.
From the gun, Paul Miller. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was trying to go back to Moore there, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Paul Miller. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 23. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
For Seattle.
A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. On first down, Paul Miller. He's going to look deep for Moore. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Off play action. Paul Miller. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
He's going to fire one deep left sideline, and that is incomplete.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it here. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. And predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Now it's Carson. And he's going to be met at about the 43.
Carson, the ball carrier.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Incomplete.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Hey, zero. Switch it. Tempo, just
Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
This one into the hands of Metcalf. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Touch 50.
Again, Wilson will keep it.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
Well, maybe a small measure of revenge for this defense because they have been thoroughly dominated so far, but a brief bright spot there with that pick 6.
Seemingly coming up for air after being dominated as you described. They get a nice play there. Probably not going to change the balance of this game, but they have to feel a little bit better about themselves after that one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
You got tape.
From the 27, Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and say, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
On the Seahawks 4-yard line.
56. Yeah. You don't want none.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
Touchdown.
From 4 yards out. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's McCoy. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
At the 38-yard line.
Wilson will hand to Carson on the option. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3rd and 6.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. There's Wilson to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. To throw again. Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it, because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards.
Loss of 2 yards.
When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And no return from Cooper. Out it'll go to the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
24-yard gain.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Panthers.
Looking to throw. Paul Miller. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
To throw on 2nd down. Paul Miller. Throw left side complete. It's Moore. And the ball is knocked out. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to. And I think the ball's out. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. 2nd time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
It's a gain of a yard.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
1st down, Carolina.
Throwing on 1st down, Paul Miller. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Paul Miller. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down.
Paul Adams.
Operating from the gun, Paul Miller. Steps away to his left. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. He gives it off to Carson. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense. But, yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
To 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
Watch the script. Check nickel. Show it.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Now it's Wilson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
On first down, Wilson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
On 1st and 10, Hallmiller. He's going to look deep for more. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Hallmiller lines up and lets it go for Samuel. And now here is another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point. Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So 2nd and 4 from the 22. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. Oh, Wilson going to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
2nd and 4. They could still get a first down without scoring.
tuck it and run. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down. A nice...
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Colby Parkinson taking it in. And the Seahawks are running away with this one.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will extend this big lead.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this 4th quarter.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Paul Miller. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. 35 yards.
And the Panther 1st down.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. McCaffrey on the counter. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.